Welcome back, everybody, to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 13 of the Minecraft Let's Play. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate you just taking the time to watch this video, and I definitely have a lot of good things in store for you today. I think you're definitely going to like what I have planned for today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, what are we going to do today? So, the big thing that I've been thinking about recently, and actually I've already gotten started on, is making a Minecraft village. I don't know if y'all know this, but there are certain enchantments that you can only get through trading and or fishing or through finding treasure, and some of those enchantments are mending. Mending is one of the coolest enchantments in the game because you basically don't ever have to enchant tools once you have a full set of mending tools. It makes your life a lot easier, so instead of having to enchant a bunch of new pickaxes whenever they break, or having to repair them, which costs a lot of experience, which gets more and more, and then eventually you can't repair it anymore, and then you have to re-enchant it again, you can just put mending on it, and then you can just refill it using experience that you get from like an experience farm or whatever. Anyways, long story short, mending is really useful, but one of the only ways to get it really is through fishing or through villagers. So one of the ways that I like to try to get mending is through villagers, because villagers are a great way of getting emeralds and other hard to receive enchantments and other items around the game. So I went ahead and started clearing out this area next to the sheep farm, and I plan on clearing it out a little bit more and lighting it up, and perhaps using this area right here as the start of a really big village. My plan is to make it as big as possible, make it the biggest village I've ever made in Minecraft, and maybe, just maybe, we can get a librarian who's going to give me the mending enchantment, but that might be a long ways down the road. But my hope is that by the end of this episode, we can find a village. Using the nether, we can make a railway that can transport the villagers to my area here, and then we can remove the villagers from the nether, bring them back to the overworld, and transplant them into this new village. But of course, in order to do that, I first have to clear out this area and create a few houses for them. So yeah, I'm glad to definitely do this with you. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comments section if you want me to make some more villager houses that are kind of different than the style that I have here. But once I start building, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. I'm definitely going to have a certain style in mind, perhaps more of like a medieval style. That's a style that I know pretty well, so I feel comfortable working with that. But anyways, you'll see more when I build it. So please leave a comment in the comment section telling me what you think as we're going along here, and I'll definitely take your suggestions into consideration. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright everybody, here's a quick update on how I'm doing so far. So as you can see, I've cleared out every single one of these trees, and I've actually flattened the place out quite a bit here. I kind of sloped down the shoreline so it wouldn't look so sharp. I replaced all the sand with dirt so it'd be more of a grassland than it would be like a sand beach, because I want to definitely build on top of this. I flattened out everything as much as I possibly could. I still wanted to keep the general shape of the land, so I didn't change anything too much, with the exception of this gigantic hole that used to be here and filled with water. I completely filled it back up with dirt, and I kind of sloped it out so that it kind of went into the land right here nice and evenly. My plan is to build a fence around this entire area so that zombies can't get in, and so the villagers can't swim away. And perhaps we can build a nice big building as like the town hall / town center to begin with, and then we'll start building smaller houses around that. My plan for this episode is to clear out the area, install the fence, light everything up, and then perhaps get started on the town center, and then maybe even add a villager or two to the town center just to get things started. And then as we go on in future episodes, I'll probably be adding more and more villagers and more buildings. If we ever run out of room with what we have here, my next option is to remove the sheep farm and move the sheep somewhere else, perhaps closer to those cows over there. and then use that area. And then in the very, very far future, I'll have to take that entire stretch of land over here and build bridges and really get the village to be big and spread out. But that's only in the far, far future. I don't know how far we're actually going to build the village right now. I don't even think I'm going to use up all this area anytime soon, but we definitely have options open in case we want to make it really big. So definitely moving along here. So I'll keep at it, and I'll give you guys some updates here and there. And just like that, I have fenced off the area, completed the lighting of it, and I am ready to go with the first building here. So I'm going to go ahead and gather the resources to make a nice big stone fortress of some sort. I'm not going to make it a medieval house right off the bat. I'm actually going to start with something like a small little fortress. Because I feel like if it's going to be a town hall and we have a medieval theme, then the town hall should be made out of stone bricks and should kind of look like a miniature little castle if possible. So I'm going to go ahead and gather the resources, and I'll get started on that, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to build this. I've always been told that the best way to build in Minecraft is to try something out, maybe look online for some inspiration, and then take a few steps back from it and just kind of think about it for a second. I think this design is interesting, but it's not quite what I was expecting. And I think it's because I actually made a mistake in the building. See, I used this I was looking up online for some interesting ideas on possible ways I can make this look better. I feel like the middle face is a little bit too flat, and I feel like I need to bring out these smooth andesite pillars out by one. But in doing so, I would be impeding upon these little stumpy things in the middle. And I'm not sure how that's going to look, to be honest. But I'm going to go ahead and do that and see how it looks. I don't really care what it looks like on the inside, because I'm not really going to go inside the building too much. I might go inside to trade with villagers occasionally, but it just needs to look good enough. It also needs to be well lit. If it's not well lit, then monsters will spawn, so you gotta make sure everything is well lit inside your village. It looks a little bit off too because of that one little gap right there where there's a door. And unfortunately, I don't see a solution to that problem. The main reason why it's a problem is because I started building on this side first, and I was like, oh, I want to put a door right here. And so I dug out a door, and then I didn't realize that it would create a one wide gap in this spot over here. Furthermore, I inched this wall out by one so that this pillar would stick out, and this one looks really good. But if this one stuck out, then it would match that one much more nicely. But then this door would kind of look weird being only 3 wide. But I'll have to negotiate those details later. In this situation, though, I can't move this one pillar out. So I'm going to have to figure out how to... This is the issue, is I built too much with the time I was given. Perhaps it would be a good idea to make 2 pillars in place of 1. Really make it stick out there. Might be a good idea over here. Made a mistake right there. Yeah. The best way to get an idea of how your build really looks is to look at it from far away. And from far away, it just kind of looks like a boxy thing with a little bit of an edge on the bottom. When you get close to it, you can't really see those details. They said you always want to do close, medium, and really far away. So I'm going to go as far away as I possibly can go. Yeah. Doesn't really look like much of a fortress. But I think I know what I need to do to make it look nicer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so it seems like this build is actually starting to really come out now that I've installed the top part of it. For some reason, just installing that top section of the building really makes it stand out. So I had to kind of stray away from the design that I was using online, but the basic idea is still there. I decided instead of making this a 1 wide door to go ahead and make it a 2 wide door, just so that we can kind of remove this awkwardness with like two pillars really close to each other. I just didn't really like that, so I think this really fits in nicely. Kind of getting that nice wide door, and not only that, the more doors the better, because villagers need lots of doors in order to make lots of babies, so definitely a good plus there. This door is still going to be a 1 wide door, and it seems to fit perfectly as such. This pillar kind of looks a little weird, but it's a corner, so there's not really much I can do. I think that looks nice, though. It kind of sticks out, although that part right there should actually be a andesite pillar. I'll have to fix that off camera, but it's just a small little detail I forgot. This looks nice. I went ahead and made this area a 3 wide area instead of a 2 wide area, just so that it looks a little bit nicer at this corner. Let's see here. This looks okay. Yeah, it seems like when I added these little feet too, like these little stone slabs here at the bottom, it also kind of just brings things out really nicely. Yeah. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comments section if you like. Tell me what you think of this build so far. If you like it, if you think I should make some adjustments to it. Right now it just kind of looks like a big fat gray thing, but I think that's fine because we need to kind of set the tone for this village as kind of like a medieval kind of dark gray kind of theme, and the buildings that go around it are going to be kind of a darker color too, kind of a sad, kind of as like a sad color, if you will. But it also needs to be such that the top part of it overlaps the bottom part, and this building does that exact thing. This design is actually supposed to be used for like a wall that goes around the village, but I think it actually worked pretty well as like a small little fortification slash town hall. I think it works nicely. And this is kind of like the central building of the village, so this will definitely really stand out. And it took up a lot more space than I actually expected at first, but it's not really a big deal because I have plenty of things at my disposal. So yeah, this is definitely coming out really nicely. The interior is super basic. It doesn't even have a roof in here, so I'll go ahead and add a flat roof. I'll even make a stairway going up to the top area here so that the villagers can look around from above if they so choose. And I also need a way of getting to the top as well. I'm thinking about maybe just putting like a small room in the middle here that'll act as like a storage area, maybe like a two tall room or something like that. And then the rest of this can just be a walkway up here. But you guys don't really need to see that. It's pretty basic. Not much to see really, but it'll definitely serve its purpose well. Let me go ahead and fix that, just so nobody screams at me in the comments section. And yeah, actually I think that would look nice too if I had that right there. That kind of helps out with the look right there. And then I'll have a little like small little walkway up here. So anyways, I'll go ahead and cut to the next scene once I'm done building here, and we'll hopefully go find some villagers. I'm also going to put some spruce doors here, but you don't need to see that. So I'm going to go ahead and find some villagers, and I'll see what we can do to get them in this area. Alright everybody, so here I am. I'm off to find that village. So I remember very vaguely that there was a village I actually found a librarian at, but it was tucked away in near a savanna or a desert somewhere. And so I'm heading in the direction of the desert right now, and I'm going to try to see if I can find that village, or a village that I found previously. If I can't find the village with the librarian, it's not such a big deal, but it'll definitely make life a lot easier for me if I can get a librarian right off the bat rather than having to have one bred up over a long time. And not only that, I'm more likely to get the enchantments I'm looking for with that librarian. So definitely gonna be searching for that village right now. I'm all equipped to have everything I need to actually get the villagers back to the base. I have a bunch of rails, some mine carts, some obsidian, flint and steel. Brought some extra food because I'm going to run out here pretty soon. But yeah, I'm definitely well equipped for this journey. So I'm going to keep looking around here, and then if I find the village, I'll make sure to show you guys what I have here. So yeah. Oh, here's a turtle. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but turtles actually have very special code in Minecraft such that they can only lay eggs if they go to the beach that they spawned on. So if you remove them from the beach that they spawned on, they'll never have babies. They'll never lay eggs. Seems like this is a very popular beach. Definitely would be a place to go in a full moon when they're laying their eggs. But unfortunately, it's not a full moon, so I can't harvest any of them. But maybe next time when I go exploring, we can maybe get some sea turtle eggs. So yeah, I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Oh crap. Huh. I think we found something here. I don't recognize this village. It may not have been something I've run into before. But hopefully we find some good villagers here. I'd never realized just quite how vast this desert really is. Yeah, these guys are useless. The green coat villagers have no trades. They're actually like a bug in the game right now. Let's see, we got ourselves a cleric. That's a good villager right there. A librarian with Frostwalker 1 enchantments. That's pretty cool. Hopefully we got another librarian. 2 librarians is better than 1. This is a cartographer. Maybe we have a second one right here. We sure do. That guy's got a Thorns 1 enchantment. I'm sure I'll get more enchantments if I do more trading with them. Got ourselves some guys in here too. What do we have here? Leatherworker. Pretty useless. What are you? Another cartographer? Alright, so what I want to do is block off all these doors so they can't escape. And then I'm going to have to build a nether portal. And with that nether portal, I'll transport them to the nether portal at my house. And then I can unload them and bring them to my village. Looks like this is a pretty interesting looking village here. Another cartographer. This weird little patch here that's kind of just sticking out. These paths that kind of just go into the water. Interesting. Kind of like blocky structures. But I guess the Minecraft game engine's not very good at making villagers, so go figure. But yeah, definitely seems like a good viable village. I'll take both of those librarians back with me, and hopefully we can get ourselves a good enchantment off of them eventually. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and block off some of these doorways, and I'll start building the nether portal. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. This is actually going to be much, much easier than I had originally expected, because it turns out that portal that I just built in the village is within proximity to the portal in the nether that corresponds to this one. In other words, there's a little bit of a one-directional portal business going. So if I send villagers through that portal in the nether, and then I put them back through the same portal, they're going to appear here, moving that entire distance of almost 700 blocks that I just covered in just a matter of a few steps, which is really amazing to me. I somehow got lucky enough where I had a village that was close enough that it would sync with the same portal that I have near my base. So I guess the only thing I really have to do then is just make this little dirt railway connecting to my village, and then from there I just got to unload them and let them be free, I guess. That's pretty cool. I never thought I'd be that lucky, but I had originally thought that I'd have to make some crazy rail system in the Nether just to connect the two portals to each other, but I mean they just connected themselves to each other, so that's really cool. I just kind of skip the distance and go right back home. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and build this nice little short little bridge here over the water to carry the villagers over, and then I'll go back to the village. I'm going to have to run back, but at least I know where it is, and then I can pick them up, put them in the portal, send them back, and then I'll just put them on this railway and I'll unload them over here. So yeah, it'll be hard to get them into the minecart, but once they're in the minecart, it's pretty easy business from there. So I'll keep working away here, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a preview of what I'm doing as I go along here. And just like that, we have two wonderful villagers to add to our new village. And both of them are librarians, so we definitely have a good shot at getting ourselves a mending book pretty soon here. And, of course, there's going to be other things they're going to be doing as well. They're going to be making more babies, and they're going to be making this village big. And pretty soon it's going to be a thriving village, just full of villagers everywhere. It'll be so many villagers I won't know what to do with all of them. I might have to get rid of some of them because there's going to be so many. So definitely got some big plans going for this episode here. So, but yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for today. I really appreciate you all just logging in and watching my videos. I know my videos can be a little bit long sometimes, but I definitely want to make sure I have all the content you guys are looking for. It's definitely a little bit of a difficult thing to do, to find time in my day to make these videos, and where I have to spend a lot of hours at making the actual video, recording the content, doing all the things in the middle. So it's definitely a big time commitment on my part, but I'm really enjoying it, and I definitely want to continue to make these videos. So thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have given me. I really appreciate all the thoughtful comments you guys are making for me, and all the just wonderful thoughts that you guys are leaving. And if you can, please remember to leave a comment in the video, kind of giving me feedback on how I'm doing. So, but yeah, without further ado, thank you very much for your time. I'll go ahead and clean up all this stuff so you guys won't see this next episode. But it's definitely been enjoyable to do this with you guys. So please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Definitely give me a heads up on what you think of the series, if you want me to keep doing it, if there's anything else you guys want me to try, maybe trying some other video games or doing something else. But for right now, I'm kind of enjoying what I'm doing right now, just sticking with Minecraft and keeping it simple. But anyways, that'll do it for today. Thank you very much for watching the episode, and have a nice day.